Guys, welcome to Homesteading Through Our Eyes. It is March 28th and it is our next update on our homesteading yurt journey. We have been living in the yurt for 4 months. So here's how it's going. So here in New York, March still gets quite cold, and April gets quite cold. So we've been keeping up on the wood. We've been going through a lot less. We have it off right now. Most days we can have the wood stove completely off, and we won't need to turn it back on until 5, 6 o'clock at night. So that's been a huge relief. We've been able to leave the yurt and not worry about anything freezing, and it's been getting, a lot easier as we have more sunlight as well. It's now sunny until 7 o'clock, 7:30, so that helps a lot. What's really special about this yurt is that when it's sunny outside, like it is today, the yurt will heat up from the sun. It gets very warm in here, so warm without the stove on that we need to open up the dome and some windows. So right now it's windy and probably about 40 degrees outside, but in the sun it's about 70, and this yurt captures that. So right now that's awesome because we can keep the wood stove off and it stays really warm in here. It's getting almost too warm in here right now. It's about 12 o'clock. How's that going to be in June and July when we don't want it really hot in here? We don't know yet, but we're going to find out. Right now it's great, and I'm sure in the fall time it'll also be a really great thing. So that's one less thing we need to worry about. We hopefully have enough wood split. We'll be way more prepared for this winter now that we know what to expect. So there's still snow on the ground right now, probably about 6 inches still. It's been slowly melting for the last week or two, but we got about 2 feet just a couple weeks ago. So it's slowly melting, but that's not stopping us from getting our seeds started. We are huge into gardening and self-sufficiency with our food, so our garden is a huge part of our lives, and I've been waiting for this time for the last couple months to get some seeds started. This will be our first year in the yurt. So we have a greenhouse, but we also have this very sunny yurt. So we're going to try to take advantage of both. We're going to start our seeds in the warm yurt, and as it warms up outside, we may bring them into the greenhouse or bring them outside of the yurt and then bring them back into the yurt at night. We'll decide on how the weather goes and what we choose to do. Here's our seeds started. We learned our lesson from the past 2 years and decided to buy a light growing mix. The past couple years we were just using soil from our garden to save money, but it never really worked as good as we wanted. So we bought some organic light growing mix from our local co-op and made seed starting much easier. We started these guys a couple days ago, and we already have several little guys popping up. We've also been spending a lot of time in the garden. We've been pulling up the blackberry roots and clearing an area to start all our early seeds like beets, rutabagas, kohlrabi. And then once these guys get a little bit bigger, we'll be transplanting them out. It's hard to believe that we've already been living here for 4 months. It seemed like it went fast and slow all at the same time. We have a ton of projects planned for this spring and summer, as well as adjusting to the seasons. Here in the yurt, the seasons really play a role in our lives. For the winter, we needed to worry about our firewood and our heat. But we didn't have to really worry about keeping our food cold, because we could always leave it outside, or even just putting it by the edge of the yurt kept it cold enough. So now we're going to have new struggles come spring and summer. We're going to have to worry about how to keep our food cold, as well as we won't be running our wood stove, so we're going to have to figure out a new way to get some hot water for dishes and washing. So it's kind of interesting life. The seasons will affect our lives differently living in the yurt than they ever did in a home. In your home, you know, nothing really changes that much. But in the yurt, the seasons are going to totally dictate our lives, which will be nice because it'll give us a change of pace. This first year, we're still trying to figure everything out, which makes it a little bit harder. But once we figure things out and are able to improve on our ideas, things will get easier. We are already mastered winter, so now that winter's ending, I know that next winter will be a ton easier, and we won't forget what we've learned, that's for sure. And we'll pass everything along for you guys, so you can learn from us and from our mistakes and the things we need to go through in order to live in this off-grid environment. So thanks for watching our update. Looking forward to seeing what we get done in April in the garden and in the yurt, and how life is going to change. Peace.